Everybody, Scout Crafter here again. It's Redemption Wednesday, hopefully for me. I screwed up a screwdriver last week and I'm trying to redeem myself, so I pulled out one of my grandfather's, one of his screwdrivers, and we're going to try and take a wing at that, and you'll see what I mean by wing at it. And a couple things coming up soon. You know, I always told you that if I hit 20,000 subscribers, which looks like it's right around the corner, that I would tell you my story on how I met Arnold Schwarzenegger. And the funny thing is that I'm going to title those series of stories, Great Stories by Mediocre People. So that'll be good. Hopefully that'll be coming up soon. And a few more things to get to, so let's take a look at this screwdriver. Okay, for today's redemption project, we have a nice, this is a perfect handle screwdriver, a real perfect handle screwdriver. And this is their model 660. It was very popular back, it was patented around 1920s, early 20s, mid 20s, and these again were in their catalogs and stuff. And you can, let me show you the shape this one in. We got a little bit of a bend to it, you know, a little warpage. We'll get rid of that. The tip is in need of some work. You can see here. The tip needs to be straightened out. The shaft is in pretty decent shape. The wings are in good shape, and the handles are nice and tight, except we have a little bulge on one of the handles here. You could see a little lifting up. You see that there? That's typical, indicative of wood handle screwdrivers. That's why I'm not a big fan. But I'm definitely not going to try and strip these scales off because they are tight. And when you find tight scales on a wood handle screwdriver, you work around whatever you have to do. The top wasn't banged on too much, which is a good news. Surprising. These are usually, but I always like that these little twisting rings, you know, that give you that extra torque. I always like that. So I want to do something with that. You can see the knurling. Let's get cleaning it up and then take a look at it at our post-wire brush evaluation. Okay, here we are at our post-wire brush evaluation. No big surprises here. We got the rust out of the wings with the Dremel. We're also going to be working on that again. We have the shaft all rust-free, and you can see here that nice, perfect handle. You can see here, perfect handle. And then it says 660, and then underneath it has a patent date too. But you got to be real careful with here because you don't want to take that. That's where all the value of the screwdriver lies, in the stamping. And you can see the date here. It says 3/21/22. Was the patent date on this. So we'll go easily over here with the belt sander. We got to address the tip first. Let's get to that. Okay, we're upstate. We had to mow the lawn again. But I have to tell you a funny story. Okay, you see this guy here? You see that there? That's called a daddy longleg. And when we were in survival school, they told us those are poisonous to eat. Now, I have a question. I had a question then too. Who would eat one of those? I mean, what kind of nutritional value could you get out of eating one? Who would actually want to eat that thing? Look at that, huh? Daddy longleg. You ever see one of them before? Okay, we're back from upstate, ready to finish the screwdriver. But before we do, like I said, that daddy longleg, really interesting, you know. First of all, if you ever seen a daddy longleg nest, you ever seen one of those? They bunch up. Another interesting fact about them is that they're 400 million years old. They found a specimen in Scotland. 400 million years. That's 200 million years before the dinosaurs. So you gotta give them props for that. I'll put a link in the description. Some interesting facts about them. They're not poisonous, and you know. You can't, you know, I don't know if you'd want to eat them, but you'd have to eat like probably a few hundred to get sick. But really interesting insect. They almost remind me of those creatures from The War of the Worlds. Remember that movie? Both of them? Good movies. And it's talking about this H.D. Smith, this screwdriver that we're going to tackle, the 660. You know, obviously a popular screwdriver, but when you go to the flea market and stuff and you see there's a couple of HD Smith tools that you should look for, and if you see them, you buy them, especially if they're 20 bucks or something. Pick them up right away. One of them is the ball peen hammer, obviously, very popular. Hard to find. They're out there, but, you know, they're expensive, so they're nice to have. But my all-time favorite is the split screwdriver. You know, this thing, you know, it looks like a regular screwdriver, but it splits open and becomes like a, you know, give you extra torque. Always liked one of those, always wanted one of those. Those things command some money. So if you see any one of those tools, because HD Smith made a ton of really cool tools, but if you see any of those at a flea market and, you know, it's reasonable, pick it up, because you won't be sorry. So let's get to back to it and see what it's coming along. Now you know my favorite part. Remember what this 660 looked like before we started. And we are calling this project done. Very happy with this one here. Look how nice this one came out. Look at the wood on there, huh? Look at that nice grain. There's 5 coats of shellac on there. Steel wool in between each coat. And then wax the final coat with wax. There's a little thing over here we couldn't get out, but look at that nice grain wood. So there's no reason to change that. Got rid of everything's nice now and smooth as the transition. The back looks good. Look how shiny we got the back here, huh? Always love doing the backs like that. The writing, we were able to keep the all-important writing on here. Let's see, it's over here. You can see here, that's really important. It's nice and crisp, so we didn't lose any of it. And here is always in some, on these little wings here, what I like to do is I like to take some black paint and thin it out to an ink-like consistency, and then fill in these, this little knurled section here, and I really think it adds to the screwdriver, to the look, doesn't it? And, you know, a little Scoutcrafter red on the bottom there as we do. And look how nice the tip came out. Remember, this tip was trashed. And look what a nice, how nice this came out. It looks NOS, doesn't it almost? I mean, it really came out nice. Very happy with this. 2-day turnaround, so, but it was a fun project. This will go upstairs in the drawer because it was, again, I think it was my great-grandfather's. And there's no, I couldn't find any bend to it once I started working on it, so I'm very happy with this one. What do you think? I think it's a beautiful screwdriver there. 660 model was just a nice model. Okay, I would call that pretty much a redemption. Thanks so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Hope you have a great day. Take care now. Bye-bye.